Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Joining me now is Mayor Phil Cromer for his monthly update. Thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
Well, we noticed that you might be sporting a little bit of a haircut today, but there's a reason behind it. So share with us what that's all about.
Well, last Sunday on the 2nd, St. Baldrick's Foundation had what they call the Buzz and Brew down in Port Royal at Shell Ring Brewery down there. And it was for Children for Cancer fundraiser. Right. And so I volunteered to get my hair cut. And in the process, with the Buzz, I was able to raise $4,000 for the event. Wow. Which was pretty good. I called on a lot of friends and family, and I guess they figured they wanted to see me, with no hair. So
they wanted to see that buzz cut. That's a pretty impressive number, though. That's fantastic. Good for you.
It was. I was surprised. So
yeah. And so we need to move into the waterfront situation. Obviously, there's been lots of talk about it and what can be done, what can't be done. And before we started filming, you said they finalized the survey. So talk to us a little bit about what they found out and what we think the plan moving forward might be.
Well, what they actually did was just finalize the language on the survey that they're going to be sending out for public input. They had some questions they wanted to kind of get cleaned up before they sent it out. But basically, it's going to cover things like, what's your frequency of use? Are you a resident or a visitor, and so forth? What's your primary reasons for visiting the park? What do you like about the park? What can be improved? Do you use the day dock, and how much? And do you want to have vessel accommodation? In other words, do you want cruise ships to be able to come back and dock at the waterfront park? So all those questions are going to be asked, and hopefully the information gathered from this survey will be used for exploring the options that we have to fix the waterfront park. And this survey will go out mid-November, and we're expecting it to be open until mid-January, at which time we'll start finalizing things and have a public charrette, if you will, once all this has been collected and we have the options available for the public to view.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty long period of time for that survey to be open, so hopefully you're going to get a lot of great feedback there. As you're out and about in the community, do you have a sense of what any of those questions, what some of those answers might be?
Well, it's sort of a divided community in a sense when it comes to the cruise ships. Some people favor them because they think it's good for business and for the community. Others prefer that they like the situation where it is, where there's no blockage of the view from the waterfront park because of these larger vessels. So it's sort of a split thing, but I do think people want to be able to have shrimp boats and maybe Coast Guard vessels and things like that to be able to dock if necessary at the waterfront park, especially when we have our shrimp festival and things like that.
Right, absolutely. And so we want to also move into something else. As the holiday season gets closer, there's a project that's going on that could impact maybe some traffic there in an intersection. I know you're trying to get that pushed back so that Night on the Town and the parade can go forward, but tell us where we stand with that.
Well, we had the meeting last night and had a pretty good turnout of the merchants from downtown wanting to find out more. It was sort of a last-minute thing. This project, we've had to move it around because of developments, and we found out that we've got a certain timeline before we have to close this project out. So that doesn't give us a lot of construction time, and that's the thing. We're trying to see if we can push it back at least after the 8th of December so that we can have our Christmas parade and our Night on the Town and all that, so the merchants can, because this is the time of year when they make most of their money.
Of course.
So we want to try to keep it open as long as possible. But if we're not allowed to do that, and this is out of our control, it's basically handled by the state Office of Resiliency. If they say we can't do it, but we're going to sit down and work with the merchants to see what we can do to make it the public know that we're open for business, and we'll make it work. We'll have free parking, all that type of thing, to get people downtown, some events, try to get them in the stores and spend some money.
And so that intersection that would be effective is what, just in case it is affected?
It's the intersection of Bay and Charles Street, and it will be affected for about 5 to 6 weeks. They want to start on the 13th of November. We're trying to get that pushed back, like I said, until December the 8th.
Right.
If we can do that, that would be fantastic. If not, we've got to alter our Christmas parade route and a few other things. So,
well, fingers crossed that happens for you. And congratulations again on your fabulous haircut and the $4,000 that you raised. And thank you so much for being here with us today.
My pleasure.
And stay tuned, because there's a lot more to come.